Good evening, everybody. Professor Bobo here with you. We have NGS Division B-West Week 1. A matchup a little bit of the old and the new as Modo Miracle moves up from Division C. Reborn Knights Red enter NGS. I'm joined here by my good friend Stixa. What's happening, bud?
Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm here to help Bobo through his first season of casting.
I'm sweating profusely already.
Good.
Matt,
Good.
Matt Bands real quick. Reborn chose to get rid of Cursed Hollow. Modo Miracle getting rid of Towers of Doom. And as you may be able to see from the center of the screen, we will be heading to BOE first. Our second map will be Infernal Shrines. New meta. A lot of new heroes coming out. I expect to see a lot of the things that we see in HGC for sure. We're looking to get a little bit of improvisation. Very interested to see what Reborn Knights bring. Modo Miracle, a playoff team last year from C West. Again, moving up in division as we restructure. And for those of you that may not be familiar with NGS, this is a best of 2. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, tears for the loss. After the first game, we'll take a little break, get everything sort of reset, start lobby, and then we'll be heading into Infernal Shrines. Let's introduce our teams here. Over on the side of Modo Miracle, couple of changes. Zombie Chris will be stepping in as Fonzie's on the men tonight. Sir Sean's Sheep moves up with the team as they jump into Division B. Eric, Ghost Dunk, familiar names. The Juggler will be flexing tonight as Murad could not make it. Stixie, you want to bring us through with Reborn?
All right, Reborn Red. Their roster is going to consist of, make sure I've got this in the right spot here, and we're not calling out the wrong people's names. We've got Melkor, which is the captain for Reborn Red, going to be their tank player most likely.
Stoctagon, what a great name.
Yeah, Stoctagon. I was thinking Stockington? No, Stoctagon. We got Risengard there. We got Ninja. And we have CG Stamop or CGS Tamop?
Is it?
At what point do you stop?
I think if he does well,
acronym?
I think if he goes well, it's going to be CG Stam OP, and if not, we'll just mangle the name and we'll just try to hide it.
Sugastama.
Real quick, this is early in the season. We don't have a lot of data to go on. For those of you guys watching, just a couple keys. When we talk about who has done their homework, how are these teams going to interpret this meta? We know the high priority picks: Hanzo, Tracer, Garrosh. You could be seeing a lot of Diablo, Stukov, and Malf. Help me out. What am I missing here? What's at the top of the meta?
I think you covered it pretty much. You got the supports, you got the 2 tanks.
A little bit of Medivh, maybe some Ganjo, maybe a little Junkrat.
Medivh, yeah.
And then again, because we're in the the beginning of the year, we're sort of separating early game and late game. Are these teams well practiced? Are they looking smooth and crisp in their timing, in their murking, or maybe they want to look to get some invades? And then late game, don't call it a comeback. Hey, somebody's going to be losing and somebody's going to be winning. It's early in the season. Do these teams have that sort of mental fortitude, to really sort of sit back, pick up some XP, and maybe make a little bit of a late game charge? All right.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Right on, man. All right, let's get this going. We're about to jump into draft here on BOE. First pick will be over on the side of Modo Miracle, as this was the map choice.
The best part about this is that everybody has matching portraits on at least one of the teams. It makes it very easy.
It's all Carbot all day?
All Carbot all day. Battlefield of Eternity, however, we talked about the meta heroes, and immediately the first meta hero that comes to mind is Hanzo.
Does he make it through this ban phase? Maya being hovered early here by Modo Miracle.
If Hanzo doesn't make it through this ban phase, you open up Phoenix, because, keep in mind, NGS ruling has changed ever so slightly this week. So you usually allow for a 2-week, we'll say, break-in period of when a new hero is released. You're not allowed to play that hero for 2 weeks. It's despite if they are alive in the servers. However, we're allowing it 1 day prior. So Monday, because the NGS season starts on Monday, they'll allow it to play on the Monday. Still the 2-week break-in period. But there's my Phoenix.
Hanzo makes it
Phoenix
through.
is allowed.
And it's a critical point in which Phoenix has not yet been nerfed. There are obviously everybody's sort of begging for changes to a number of heroes, but if you have a hero that's hovering around 65% across all modes, it's probably a good idea to get rid of him.
Yeah, take him down a notch or two, a lot of damage, and there you go. Mr. Meta
There he is.
himself, or Mr. Mata, rather.
There he is.
Hanzo, gonna be first pick. I like this pick.
I mean,
A lot.
You're never
There's nothing not to like
there's
about it.
never gonna go wrong with that Hanzo. Greymane's still up on the board. Tracer's still up on the board. If perhaps if Reborn wants to shift into some sort of burst assassin to deal with him. And one thing we talked about very briefly in the casting lobby is, are we gonna see the Artanis out here? If you're new to NGS, Artanis is an NGS BOE special. Somebody is thinking about him. I don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger.
You see Artanis a lot. I think Artanis is he's one of those heroes that, if played well, can make huge impacts. Swaps are massive. Amateur opponent can race. I expect one of these teams will pick him up. A blind is massive as well.
And he's moved up as a result of the buffs, especially his mana costs. He struggled very hard into a number of solo laners, and now Artanis is at the point where he can hold his own and then come in and contribute. And before it was really just, well, we got to pray that he doesn't get bodied top lane and we can actually get him there to the race. I do think in the right setup it's going to be a solid pick. Sonya Greymane picked up for Reborn. Sonya fairly meta. The Greymane just to contribute with the race there. So the two top racers off the board already.
Both of these heroes have slightly fallen off meta, however. Sonya and Greymane both receiving a couple of nerfs. Though Greymane is still one of the best single target damage racers. So it's a lot of damage coming out from Greymane. As you mentioned, both racers top two off the board. Vala is another option here, not as strong, however, in the meta nowadays. Sonya, most likely their solo laner. Good camp clearer, just good solo laner in general. The Maltherian Tracer, though.
A good aggressive rotation early. I like it. In particular, it's going to deny the Tracer on the opposite side. Neither team has picked a tank, so tank bans, one way or the other, might wind up choking yourself out of what you wanted. The Malfurion takes what is arguably the highest contested support right now. I think we both would look at a Stukov ban, possibly on the side of Modo Miracle. I'm not sure, with 10 seconds left, what Reborn is going to look to ban here.
I imagine... Ooh.
Tass.
I think this is a weak ban. You know, Tassadar does synergize with the Tracer.
I don't see where he's going to fit in, though, for 4 squishies.
That's what I'm getting at, right? He synergizes with the Tracer, but they still need to pick a warrior and they still need a solo laner, right? So Tassadar can solo lane, but when you have a Malfurion with a Tracer, you don't need Tassadar.
And there's really no pressure on Modo right now to take the offlaner. Even though Sonya's going to win the lane, do you need the Blaze? Do you want the Artanis? Is there something else that you want to break out there? Listen, Blaze being, not the counter to Sonya, but the best hero there to sort of play up against her. They have options, and I like how no tank bans have gone through. I do think that favors Modo. With the Tracer here, I would seriously look for what I would assume to be something along the lines of Diablo Uther. That's what I'd like to see. I want to see Dibbles Uther, 100%.
Yeah, some good solid lockdown. Lots of areas for Diablo to, hit somebody into a wall, get that percentage-based hero damage out.
I think the Uther pickup would be critical. Stixon, do you personally like the Varian over the Diablo here?
Varian getting taunt at level 4 allows you to kind of nullify the early game that Tracer can put out, because Tracer has that heroic sitting with her at the very beginning of the game. A couple early pulse bombs out is a lot of damage. You could pick off the Greymane, bam, there goes a lot of race. I like Varian because of the taunt. You get it at level 4, as I said. It's lockdown that would synergize well with the Sonya Spear and Greymane damage. I just think it's a good pick. However, both tanks would fit the role, I think.
Reborn, however, disagree with us, and they go with a Muradin Lucio. I'm a little scared of this comp because it seems like it's about 2 months too late. Am I wrong? Muradin Lucio's fallen off heavily.
He has.
You know, he again does okay here on BOE. Are you going to be able to hold sound barrier to defend against the pulse bomb? The one thing going for Reborn here though is that there are no super obvious targets for Tracer, assuming you can play the Lucio just to get to 10 and be safe.
Yeah, the early game, your target's going to be Greymane, Lucio, and potentially this last pick, which I imagine would be
Garrosh Blaze for Modo?
I don't even know. Arthas
Jojo.
makes sense.
Okay. Arthas to counter the Greymane. Arthas does all right against Sonya.
Greymane, sorry, Johanna blinds as well, more against Sonya. They're really just looking to shut down the damage.
It's with the Johanna and the Arthas, the way that Condemn into root works, there's a good chance that if you can get Reborn clumped up, you can get 2 out of the 3 Sonya, Murd, and Lucio. And I do believe that, combined with roots, maybe a little T-Dream, maybe a little Hanzo action, is the way that Modo would like these teamfights to play out outside of the pulse bomb play. But I do like Joanna right now. She's moved up. I think she's moved in many ways ahead of Muradin, and in a few spots, depending on the tank pick on the other side, ahead of ETC and the Li Ming.
I like the Li Ming pick. I was about to say, do we see a mage here? And if we see a mage, I like the Li Ming the best because of the race potential of Seeker at 7. However, you do give up Calamity for that, and Calamity can be pretty strong against Hanzo and Tracer.
And again, you pick Li Ming into Tracer.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. Reborn, I like that comp. Like I said, I like it about 2 months ago. But as this is early in the season, if this is something they feel practiced in and they feel good with, it certainly has potential.
For sure. All right. I'm looking at this team now, and who has the race? Because, I mean, Hanzo can do it all on his own. No problem. But with Greymane, Sonya, Li Ming, does the 3-man race...
It's really good. It's above average on 3 heroes. Right? It's above average on those 3. But
Hanzo's damage is just so big.
The worry for me is, does Reborn have enough, if they are losing at the halftime show, to invade? Can they push into Johanna, Malfurion, and Arthas?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
It's
not.
going to be tough. Especially post 10. I mean, we're talking about Johanna not dying. We're talking about Arthas, Army of the Dead. That's going to be a struggle for them. But, like I said, this is early in the season. We have no idea how these teams are going to play.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Syndragosa here, to be totally honest. I think
you're crazy, but it could be fun.
Double dragons. Here we go. Syndragosa, Dragon Strike. Done.
I'll say this: the one time I am okay with and will 100% thumbs up the Syndragosa is if that Syndragosa is going to get you a keep, then go for it. That's about the only spot I'm okay with Syndra. All right, on the right side, on the red team, on the hell side, Reborn Knights Red, Melkor on the Muradin, CG Stam OP on the Greymane, Horizon Guard on the Li Ming, Stoctagon will be playing the Lucio, and off on the solo lane here is RK Ninja.
Alrighty, on the left-hand side in the blue, we have Modo Miracle. We have... I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, right? Modo Miracle. There we go. We got Eric on that Hanzo. We have Ghost Dunk in the top lane soloing as Arthas. Zombie Chris can be playing that Johanna. Stershawn Sheep on the Malfurion. And the Juggler as Tracer.
Passive here at the beginning. Neither of these teams have super strong engage. Both of their supports want to play the sustain game. Take a quick look at our level.
Safe.
We'll throw our level 1 talents up there. Again, no surprises, except for the Hanzo not going into W at level 1.
Alright, so not going into W level 1 means that they feel confident that they're going to be living here. So Redemption is what you take if you feel like you're going to be, able to survive. And what you're looking to be able to survive spinning is, the engage of Muradin and the potential blow up of Li Ming, Greymane. You know, I
But-
think you're okay.
But on this
in
map,
situation.
with the W build being just good, oh, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the gray man here as he gets caught by the root. Good
You're
escort out.
looking at more auto attacks, which lower the cooldown of your W faster.
Are you also
Right.
maybe going away from that if you honestly feel like you are not going to be able to stack simple geometry? Is that another part of it?
It could be. However, I think that a lot of the times when I play Hanzo, I honestly miss when I get the 5 arrows. I miss.
Invade here. Juggler looking for Greymane. And again, Stoctagon gets him out. Clearly, the target is going to be the Greymane in these team fights. Every time the Greymane steps up, we have seen an aggressive route from Sir Sean Sheep, as well as Juggler looking to get the pick there. Just quick check in on top lane here. Arcane Ninja, with the Sonya, just winning that lane, just gets to play passively. Anytime you pick an Arthas in the off lane, you know that he's not going to get bodied, and you're banking on him showing up on a team fight, doing all the Arthas things. Slows, roots, survive, and getting the job done there. Pulse Bomb coming out, no value. But again,
Looking,
all about the Greymane.
yeah, they're really just looking to dive in on the Greymane. I think both of these teams are just playing it really safe here. It's far too early to, you know, dive in really heavy, but we see pretty much everybody evacuate the lanes and go to make their way up into the camps and start those up.
Passive play here. Neither team going for a side camp. Neither team looking to push. They're just comfortable taking their camps, letting these camps sort of AFK push. Maybe we see a solo laner kind of hang out.
Yeah, it's just taking it easy here. We have level 4 being reached. Pretty standard talents around the board. Sin's exposed on Johanna. I don't really see that talent very often.
It's been moving up. You've seen a little, seen it moving up in priority, especially at HDC level. You don't get a ton of value out of the other two. Like I said, I see where it's going to go with Sin's exposed. We'll see. Again, question is going to be value already. We see Hanzo, as well as Arthas jumping up on top.
Insatiable being picked up by Greymane, however, so we're looking to restore some mana. Half already being reached, though, by the side of Hanzo. We do have that serrated arrows at level 4 being picked up, so the increased damage is online, so I imagine Eric's going to be looking for that damage. Greymane playing so aggressive here, however, getting absolutely chunked, but so is Juggler.
It was a very smart play by Arcane Ninja to double camp top. It forces the Arthas to push off. And now Reborn can sit back and kind of play a little bit of defense here. Now we get CG Stam OP jumping on for a little bit of damage on the Immortal. Keep an eye on that Arthas. When that Arthas comes down, I fully expect Modo Miracle to engage hard, try to secure themselves this first Immortal.
Big
Keep an eye out.
Slow there.
Keep an eye on
And
Ghost Dunk
now
here.
we got- ooh,
Expect the
looks like
engage.
he's-
Root on a Muradin. And an easy kill.
Really good pick there by Modo Miracle. You saw the scatter arrow land onto that Lucio as well. Just a ton of damage out onto Lucio, and then this is going to allow Modo Miracle to finish off the race.
Not a super powerful Immortal. We'll see what they consider to be the better play here. It looks like Miracle is going to push top with it.
I think this is, again, safe.
Again, it looks like Reborn just sort of lost track of the Arthas. He clears camps okay. It's not great. But again, having the bird's eye view here, we knew he's coming down hard looking for the pick. It was a combination of an Arthas root followed up with a Malfurion root on a Muradin that picked up first blood.
Now Muradin stepping out a little bit for that stun. Unfortunately, misses the stun, pays for it with a root. Takes a pulse bomb to the face.
Does he get stunned
How
here?
he's-
Keep an eye on Juggler. He's going for it. Parting gift not even needed. The AAs get it done. Modo looking for top fort.
They're definitely going to secure this top fort here. Absolutely. There's no way that top fort doesn't fall, and there it goes. They still got a third of a health bar on that Immortal. It'll be falling very shortly to these towers. I think, you get a little bit of poke damage, but then you back up, because this is where Li Ming looks to just demolish your backline. Same thing with the cocktails of Greymane. You just play it safe, leave. You got a tower and a fort. You're looking healthy. You got a level lead.
Thinking about the pick there on Sonya. Arcade Ninja backs off. That was about a half-level lead at the point in which the Immortal was captured by Modo Miracle. That one Muradin kill wound up building onto that lead. They turned a half-level lead into a level and a half. They will have 10. They will have 10 very early. They will control the second Immortal. One kill, that's all it takes.
standard builds coming out, but we do see Subdue and a big engage. Beautiful route, though, by Sershawn Sheep there to prevent the leap, however, I should say.
Miss Pulse Bomb, but shout out to Sershawn Sheep. Boy, that is hard to say 5 times fast. His Malfurion roots have been held, they've been reserved, and they've helped secure the first 2 early kills on a Muradin at that.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at our talents right now. As we see Hanzo pivoting into the W build, stacking a little slow across the board. This has kind of been a tentative game so far. We do see Calamity to help deal with the Tracer.
All right, so it looks like Calamity. That's interesting, I think.
Nope.
But still, I don't think you can go wrong picking Seeker or Calamity. Both are very good on this particular map. Ghost Dunk moving in, hits that root, but no follow-up, unfortunately. Just looking to get a little bit of stacks.
Hoping to get somebody out of position. It's tough for him to deal, especially with the Sonya up top. Level 10 coming online right now for Modo Miracle. They will have the pick of their position here. Keep an eye
I
on
imagine we'll
Ghost
be
and
seeing
Juggler.
Arcane Ninja, doing a rinse and repeat, grabbing the top siege camp, but Ghost Dunk knows
like
that he's
this.
up there.
Keep an eye on Juggler.
Tracer coming in as well.
Good pickup by Arcane Ninja. Does he wind up getting out? This is going to be a long chase. Missed route. Good play by Juggler. Smart move by Arcane Ninja. I really like what he did there. Invade coming on top camp as Melkor goes in. He's got the stun onto Ghost Dunk. Ghost Dunk is going to be slow to get on out of there. 1 kill.
And Hanzo Arrow goes out as well. Not going to connect on anybody, so that's a pretty big heroic to go down. But this will guarantee the halftime show goes over to the side of Modo Miracle. Sonya now walking into the bush. No vision. They're getting there for the halftime. They're going to be looking to try and invade, though.
Nice disengaged route. Eric likely has, yes, there is natural agility on Hanzo. Good play by Reborn. Once the Sonya got out, they made the correct decision right there to just go for the invade. See if you can secure the top camp. Good 2-man route by Arthas. The Twilight Dream comes out on a Muradin and Sonya. Modo Miracle trying to pick the kills up on the back line. CG's not moving out. I don't know if they're going to pick one up here. Keep an eye on Arcane Ninja.
Arcane Ninja trying to get away here. We're really relying on the damage of Hanzo. You see that Q go out, landing on the Li Ming. Now Li Ming's being chased out by Johanna. Will fall here as Arcane Ninja there on Sonya. Gonna be forced to retreat up to the top lane. Hearth, play it safe. And now they're just gonna let Hanzo deal the damage, make their way into the bottom lane, potentially look to pick off this Greymane. They're easily gonna be able to do that, but a great disengage there. Gonna be able to get away from the stun of Johanna, but Tracer dips, doodles.
Oh,
all
Eric
the way around.
getting aggressive. Top lane. Does he have the autos? Got it.
Easy.
Modo
Easy
Miracle
money.
moving around the map. They've got high mobility heroes in both Hanzo and Tracer, and they use them to great effect. Arcane Ninja has played top lane very well. Just been a little greedy there. It should be a wall. Is it a keep with 10?
If Melkor keeps playing very aggressive, it will be. We just heard Cursed Bullet go off. It's not a long cooldown, but it did. I don't think it hit anybody. It didn't. And no follow-up. It's just people use that just cause.
Eric coming off the backside here. Looking to provide the extra siege onto this keep here. Zombie Chris going in. He has Iron Skin, but he is low. Picks up the kill on the Lucio, and Modo Miracle is going to take this keep. Quickly missed Pulse Bomb by the Juggler, but it's not going to matter. They're going to wind up taking bottom keep here. Keep an eye on Rising Guard, looking to pick up a kill on the side.
Yeah, Li Ming going to be looking for a little bit of poke, but getting poked down by Eric. And
They want
looking
this
to
game.
end the game.
They have an Immortal that still has a shield. Leap goes out. Hanzo goes
Huge
down.
leap.
Silence is going to hit Sonya, but if she can get one more spin in there, she's going to live through this. CG Stab trying to pick up on the Zombie Chris. Reborn gets 1 kill. Are they going to get countered?
Oh my god, the turnaround by Tracer looking to go in. Will Zombie Chris
Sound
pick
barrier
up
missing
the
Greymane. Got him.
They're going to be able to get this. They're going to get a solid 50% chunk on this, 45%. They're looking healthy. They can play it safe, back out.
Iron Skin pop there. Melkor looking to get the stun on the Malfurion. As he does, the follow-up is not there. Zombie Chris low on mana.
Low on health,
That's
too,
one
there.
shot from Li Ming. Missing the missiles. She should have a W in 2. Nope. Does not use it. Top fort took a little bit of damage. Not much. That was the point at which Arcane Ninja wound up getting picked by the Hanzo. 7 kills to 2. 14-11 advantage. Taking a quick peek at talents here. Again, everything fairly standard. Keep Tracer picking Ricochet. even with the advantage here, they want to pick up a little bit more of that wave, clear. Malfurion with the ice block. Again, everything pretty much standard. 13 is a level away for Reborn Knights, though.
Ricochet's mainly for that bouncing hero, like heroes, prioritizing heroes, right? You're looking to bounce that in team fights, just spread damage. If you're looking for the wave clear, you're gonna most likely pick up bullet spray there.
But do they need the Ricochet? Is there a better option there? They're bossing this game. Is there, is there something in there? Again, I'm just curious, having not played a ton of Tracer. Do you have something that is going to help you finish this game off a little bit faster?
There's one other talent in there that I would usually pick, and I can't remember. Oh, the healing. There's a healing, so Ricochet is the most forward team fight talent to take there.
All right, right on. We'll keep an eye on Modo Miracle here as they round into 15. There will be a 15 into 13 fight for Reborn. This is going to be the first of what may be few opportunities to go ahead, get a team fight on their own terms. You can see Arcane Ninja posturing up aggressively there. Keep an eye on CG, stay MOP. He has been the target with the pulse bombs. He has gone down usually earliest in these team fights.
Big engage here by Sonya on to Johanna. Johanna now kind of going face to face with Murden.
Curse bullet on cooldown. That missed. Big orb on Eric at the backs. He'll have to play safe until the regrowth can come in.
Li Ming really just kind of focusing down that Hanzo, and that as they should be, because that is the majority of the damage. Big engage here.
3-man condemn. Oh, Eric popping it off. That was a 3-man condemn into a 3-man dragon arrow into 5 people on Modo Miracle, recognizing that this is the time to take a team fight. Well played.
Great engage there by Zombie Chris. Just securing that team fight. Great follow-up there with the dragon arrow. Just, you found who you want to hit. You got the scatter arrow damage out. The bomb onto the Muradin. Just easy pickups on the team fights. This is a full health immortal. This is going top keep.
I like how Malf and Arthas went to prep the lane. I think they could have picked up one more wave. We'll see if that might be the difference between game and just a keep. Again, we wanted that one more wave to get picked up there. They have opened up bottom. There's still one tower left, though.
I think they clean up this wave just in time. This immortal is going to push right up.
Keep an eye on Murden here as he walks past Zombie Chris. Juggler looking to get the damage on the Avatar Muradin. There's the Pulse Bomb. It finds a way to get through to Greymane, but not much damage done there.
Root being used to zone out the engage of Reborn Knights. Big stun coming up from Johanna. Redemption now being picked up. The leap! The leap will interrupt the dragon arrow.
Wow. Great combo. That looks like the combo that Reborn has been trying to pull off all game. Hanzo winds up going down to Greymane here. He will have an avenue to retreat through bottom. Where was that team fight before? They took it 16 into 14. The desperation play works.
Yeah, so now Greymane and Hanzo and Tracer are down. They don't really have the siege damage.
Keep an eye on Ghost Dunk. If he winds up popping Army of the Dead, that's a sign to me that they're going for it. Backs off.
No, they're gonna play it safe.
40% core.
They walk away with what, 13% here? It's not horrible. But, you know, being up a full talent tier and a couple of levels, I really was expecting more, but the leap onto the back line there, accidentally, I'm going to say, air quotes, accidentally interrupting the dragon arrow.
It just ate it. I mean, he just ate the dragon arrow there and it made the whole play. The dragon arrow would have stunned the Lucio out of sound barrier for sure. Stoctagon was able to pick it up, and that carried them through that long team fight.
He's going to say 100% intentional. I say debatable. But I think well played nonetheless. We see the invade, however, onto the camp, and now Melkor looking for the damage.
16 into 15. Another leap as they pick up the Arthas. Twilight Dream comes out. It's not going to do too much. Malfurion under big pressure here from Melkor. Can he get the third win proc? No. 2-for-1 trade so far. Arcane Ninja's going to look to get out there. We'll see if Stoctagon can push him out. Sound Barrier has to be popped as well. Still, Eric is putting the pressure on with Juggler. Wow.
Yeah, Tracer is showing why you do so much damage, but Lucio, one Overwatch hero to another, coming out, looking to clean them up. We're looking for an orb here. Unfortunately, Rising Guard not going to be able to land that onto Eric there as Greymane looks to grab this camp.
This was a game that was 7-2 in terms of kills. It was a talent tier advantage. I don't think Eric can pick this up, by the way. That was aggressive. And a game that was 16-14, 15-13 has now been closed to a 1-level advantage. I'm impressed by Reborn Knights here. They've really gotten their stuff together in the second half of this game. In particular, the sound barriers getting through where they were not in those early team fights. That's been a huge difference.
Do you have a DC that is on the teams to do that, though? So we'll let that go. We'll see how that is. And we see the engage here now by the side of Reborn Knights.
Tracer coming back in.
Yeah, Johanna taking quite a bit of damage already at the start of this team fight. Looking to pop that unstoppable here. Looking for the engage out onto the Muradin. Does pop that Tracer. Avatar out. God.
It's fantastic. The leap. Sonya will wind up going down, but what kind of trade can be made here? The Immortal Stun winds up picking up Melkor, and the turnaround under their enemy's Immortal. Eric is going to clean up at least one kill here. Can he get to Rising Guard in time? Ooh.
This is game.
Looks like he missed that
100%.
jump a little bit there. That team fight was working out perfectly. The Cursed Bullet finds his way through the tanks, hits Tracer, takes her out immediately, just gone. Pressure from Sonya Leap as well as Muradin on to the Malfurion, but the Immortal Stun just wound up swinging that. First game's going to go over to Modo Miracle. Spirited fight, though, from Reborn. Especially really post-13 in that game.
It was looking very good there for Reborn Knights. You saw that Cursed Bullet go right through the Tracer, as we said, and just force the Tracer out. Ton of splash damage from the cocktails. The Sonya Leap only finding the Hanzo, I think, in that back of the fight. I really would have liked to have seen it hit the Tracer. Unfortunately, not the case.
It did a good job. It really did a good job, though, of sort of choking off where the Malfurion could retreat to.
For sure.
And they got a ton of damage. In fact, Malf was the second hero to wind up going down.
Yeah.
Really, the issue there was, and you could just see it, the Immortal Stun started stacking. Muradin with Avatar winds up getting rooted by Arthas in that last fight there. He's gone. And at that point, once the Muradin's gone, Eric on that Hanzo is going to just be able to take over. He's got 2 jumps available specifically to help him get through there in all those choke points. And Eric, again, great job.
Yeah, Hanzo pick, Tracer pick, both getting massive amounts of value in this game. And, despite that being the only damage, more than enough to ease out the game. Take it easy and coast on through to victory.
And with that, we are headed to Infernal Shrines. Adjustments you want to see in this second game from Reborn?
There were some points where, they could have been a little bit more aggressive, but that's to say from both teams here. I don't know, maybe a slightly different composition. We did mention that you really liked this comp maybe 2 months ago.
Pre-Greymane nerfs? Absolutely.
So maybe more, standard pick, something that's going to suit the map a little. Maybe play into the opposing team slightly better. I think the Muradin pick, I think this team fight could have been a lot better if the Muradin was...
we wanted Diablo Uther. I 100%.
Yeah.
That's that. Having Diablo, who doesn't really care about Tracer, and I think having Uther with a D shield provides a much stronger front line and would really have also helped Sonya out. You can pop the aggressive offensive D shield if you feel like you'd be in a better situation there.
For sure. I think those 2 heroes would have been a beautiful pick and a beautiful addition to this team. However, the bro shields did a phenomenal job at mitigating a ton of damage coming out from the Hanzo and the Tracer.
All right, I got a lobby set up here. We'll check in when these teams are both done. But no, I agree with you. I would have liked to have seen a more sort of meta draft for sure. Especially out of Reborn Knights there. For Modo Miracle, this is their map pick. They wanted to take us to Infernal Shrines. The draft that they had in that game would certainly work here as well. Remember Hanzo, Tracer, Johanna, who, again, I like. What else there? And the Arthas. The Arthas I would have liked to have seen it, maybe a Blaze. But
Yeah.
Arthas wound up working out really well for them. And I know
I'm
that...
sad we didn't see Double Dragons.
There was a thought, because they had picked up 10 so early, that maybe, just maybe, they could have pushed up to a keep and justified the Syndragosa.
I didn't actually see when they had 10, because I think you can justify the Syndragosa if you're pushing with the Immortal.
They didn't have enough.
And you have 10 versus like 8.
They didn't have.
10 versus 9.
They didn't have enough shielding on the first Immortal. The first Immortal wound up with maybe 20% shielding on the first pop. If you have that Immortal at 100% and you pick up just a free cheeky kill, maybe somebody missteps, and you find yourself at the wall with an Immortal that still has a shield, then I might say go for it.
Yeah.
But like I said, that is the one situation where I want to see Syndragosa. You can get an early, maybe 8-minute keep. Go for it. Then you can pick and choose whenever you want to fight. Both teams are ready. All right, Stixa, you ready to go?
Of course, man. Always ready. Born ready.
Let's do it. Infernal Shrines will be our second map. The choice of Modo Miracle. We'll see if Reborn Knights, maybe they can pick up a win here. I think they have it in them, 100%. Based on those team fights, particularly post 13, they did a fantastic job. They closed the experience gap really well. They closed the kill count really well. They took a fight a little bit too deep. That's what cost them the game. They were on track. They pick up an Immortal, maybe you get a snowball, you kind of stave it off there. That could have turned into one of those 25-minute BOE games for sure.
100%. Definitely do agree with that. It's just, I don't know. I'm looking for a little bit better, maybe, holding back a little bit more. I want to see them play aggressive, but be reserved on how they do it. You understand what I mean?
I do. I mean, hey, they went leap. If you're going to go leap the second that Sonya presses R, you got to go.
Yeah.
The Lucio being extremely weak pre-10 hurt them really, really, really hard. If you're going to pick Lucio, you want to pick him on a map where pre-10 you are going to be able to play safe. You're not going to be able to be forced into team fights because his healing is just borderline inconsequential for the most part in that laning phase. Both teams also, remember, they both passively took first camp, so kind of feeling each other out a little bit there, and the stronger comp was on Modo Miracle's side. But again, Reborn did some good things in that match, and let's see if they can turn it around here.
Malfurion ban, potentially looking to just pick out one of the number one healers. Also, maybe trying to minimize the Tracer synergy. Try and get rid of that. Phoenix ban, not surprised at all. Greymane, first pick.
They're going with it again. Do
you think it's first pick worthy?
No, I don't. And a big part of it is the fact that we saw Modo Miracle be willing to snap Arthas into the Greymane. There's the Garrosh. We're looking for it last game. I don't like first pick Greymane. And this is coming from somebody who, as a captain last season, I think we went for first pick Greymane for the first 5 or 6 weeks. The nerfs hurt. The entirety of Greymane's power has been put into Worgen form and into this tank meta where you have Johanna, Garrosh, and Diablo at the top of what is considered to be the meta right now. Greymane struggles into every single one of those heroes. You can get value out of Cursed Bullet.
That's about it.
Yes. Otherwise, you're really just, an AA bot at the back. You're looking to use interviews.
You're a camp jockey at that point.
Yes. Garrosh and Stukov picked up here by Mono Miracle. Again, we like to see this synergy in the draft. This is going to be tough. Both heroes working pretty well in this map. That is going to give them incredible control over the 4-man rotations bot. I would expect them to jump out of the lead just based on those 2 picks.
100%. I like these 2 picks a lot. Tyrael, Sonya. So they're going with the Greymane Sonya again. We talked about those last game. I think they apply the same rules here. Tyrael, with I don't know. I think Tyrael has a place. Sanctification, I think, is that place. And I I don't know. I think maybe 13, if you pick up that holy ground, could be very, very impactful if you're able to, leap onto the Stukov and prevent an escape. But Stukov has a lot of disengage.
It's solid into Garrosh. Solid. But is it enough? We need to see some strong backline picks. So we see the Genji here to deny the Genji Greymane combo. Again, has been something strong. Genji can dance around Garrosh for quite a long time. I would 100% advocate for the Hanzo ban coming out from Reborn.
Yeah, we saw Eric do an absolute monstrous amount of work on that Hanzo. Keep in mind, it is a very Hanzo-eccentric map.
It is, but but everybody thinks that. But there's that weird statistic that everybody throws out every weekend on HGC that Hanzo has 20% lower win rate on this map.
Yeah.
Ban it. I know it's just a weird little sort of,
Hey, I trust it, man. I lose Hanzo on BOE all the time.
I think it's hard to figure out what kind of build you want. It doesn't matter. Reborn banned it out again. That's a wise ban here. But
agreed.
With Sonya, Tyrael, Greymane, they have a lot of options. I don't feel like there's a need to pick any particular solo laner right now. They can sort of sit back. Sonya's going to win unless you have some sort of pocket pick. I'd like to see, and I'm trying to figure.
You need some range damage, and I would love to see a Gul'dan. I think or some kind of mage. I think a mage would be great.
I agree. I don't think there's a wrong mage pick here. The only one I don't want to see is Chromie.
Yeah, agreed.
I think KT is, if you've got the KT skills, go for it. Jaina Garrosh is oppressive. There's nothing worse than being slowed infinitely while this big lumbering idiot comes at you ready to throw you backwards. But Gul'dan, let's see. Blaze?
I think this Blaze is too early.
And a Luna.
100% early. All right, here, let's talk a little bit about this. I think the Blaze could have been left until the end purely because the opposing team has 2 tanks. You pick a range damage or another damage dealer here. 100%. You leave this Blaze to the end. I think this is a weak pickup now. The Lunara.
I'm gonna throw a screwy idea out here. Kel'Thuzad.
You think they're hiding a KTZ?
I don't know. I think it could be fun. I think it's interesting.
You hate KTZ.
I hate it when I play it because I stink at it. But if you have one, then Kel'Thuzad, interesting pick. On Infernal Shrines, you have ample opportunities to stack early. What you have picked up with the Garrosh and the Blaze is a front line that is impossible to get past. And with the Lunara, you've got slow, persistent damage. It's a combo. It might not be the one, but you've got 3.5 frontliners on the other team. You don't have a cleanse. Again, the Lucio picked up. I like the Gul'dan, but Lucio is too high priority. Boom. Got it. Okay, by the way, this is why I put the professor in front of my name. I and no insider information, but I saw that Kel'Thuzad coming. I like it. It makes a ton of sense. There is no way that Tyrael and Sonya are, with the exception of Leap, are going to be able to get past Garrosh, Blaze, and Stukov. Maybe it forces a judgment pick.
Maybe it does. And you can use that judgment pick on Stukov, Lunara, or Kel'Thuzad, right? You get away with that.
I mean, it's all in hard.
It's very hard.
I mean, here's the thing. At this point, when we're looking at these 2 drafts, we're grasping at straws trying to figure out
how it's going to piece together.
How Reborn are going to be able to get back there. Yeah. It's a combo. Lunara, Kel'Thuzad. Because again, it's just slows. It allows you to get your chain set up. It gives you an extra second to get Glacial Spike if that's going to be the pick at 7. Again, you've got Garrosh and Stukov manning the channels on the 4-man rotations. It's going to be dangerous down there. Dangerous.
Yeah, I still don't know how it's gonna pan out, but let's get this.
I'm
game
excited.
underway.
Come on. First game of the year.
I
We
am.
got a KTZ, baby.
I had a choke all in my earlier one today. It was great.
That doesn't excite me. I'm not excited by it. All right, hey. Looking for the 2-0. Modo Miracle. The Juggler. We'll be watching him intently on the Kel'Thuzad. Ghost Dunk will be playing the Blaze. Zombie Chris on the Garrosh. Sir Sean Sheep on the Stukov. I'm not saying that quickly. And Eric on the Lunara.
Already on the right-hand side in the red, we have Reborn Knights red. We got Ryzen Guard on that Gul'dan, one of my personal favorite heroes in this game. We got Melkor, their captain, on that Tyrael. CG Stam OP on the Greymane once more. Stucktagon on Lucio again, and solo laning all the way up in the top lane again on the Sonya is RK Ninja.
Just trying to get the XP up there. I like how the Sonya wants no part of this. The kill potential is insane at level 1. Keep an eye on Zombie Chrissy. Almost had Gul'dan there.
I think there's no reason for 5 members of Reborn Knights to go to this middle here. Absolutely no reason. They don't need Kel'Thuzad to get stacks. You don't want the
keep an eye here.
I'll say AoE damage. Yeah,
The throw into the silence pool. Oh, Modo. Modo Miracle, what do you boys have cooking in this game?
Looking for some big combos. That's what we're looking for. The rotation should go over to the side of Reborn Knights red, especially if you play the Gul'dan correctly.
The threat.
However, Garrosh
the threat is just too much. Even with Lucio speed.
Good combo there by the Juggler. Gonna land onto Melkor, putting him at half health. Gonna rely on that Lucio heals and the shields of Tyrael to, reduce a little bit of the damage. What do we have from Garrosh? Do we have stacking? We do have stacking, so no increased toss range, which I think is...
Either way, personal preference. The fact that you can throw more Qs out makes sense given the long timer on the objective here. I'm okay. Again, that's largely going to be personal preference. You don't really need to throw them that far. You just need to throw them close enough to the Lich.
It's a guaranteed combo is what it is, though. Big toss. There it is again. Land on Melkor.
Oh,
looking
the
for that
patience from Juggler. They're going to get CG Stam OP. Watch the Lunara
beautiful.
slow. Oh, Lucio. That's why you were so meta for so long.
Lucio, great healing there onto the Greymane. Gonna secure that non-kill, I guess you could say there. He's gonna make his way back to the pool, heal up there. Go back to pushing mid, I think. Gul'dan, what are we looking at? Corruption stacks. Yeah, 9 stacks already from the 10 stacks from the Kel'Thuzad. So sitting a third of the way done.
He's outpacing the Gul'dan because the threat of Garrosh in this intermediate point. You can see smart little Whisper just to let Modo Miracle know. This is just a lot of good synergy here. And Zombie Chris with the Garrosh is something that tops it off for sure. That's a hero that you may have not picked earlier, or excuse me, I should say later in Season 3. And now you've got to have him in the bag if you're playing tank.
Look at Zombie Chris's positioning here. It is absolutely phenomenal.
You just got to be scared.
It's horrendously scary. Just Garrosh sitting there watching your every move is terrifying.
And he's zoning. He's effectively zoning off. He had the Greymane for a hot minute. He's got the Tyrael. He'll have to come up. The Shrine Clear advantage entirely it really just goes to Reborn. Sonya, Gul'dan, and Greymane.
Yeah,
but
100%.
What are they going to do to get engages pre-10?
You can see this aggression from Zombie Chris. The toss onto Sonya. Maybe a little bit of bonus damage here. The Blaze interrupt on the spin to win.
Good jet propulsion.
Damage. Yep. Yeah, looking for a little bit of poke.
And they've got these 2 points really manned off well. We saw the Silence Pool come out for Sir Sean Sheep on the Stukov. He'll have it back here. Keep an eye on this choke point. Wherever Zombie Chris goes, Sean is there backing him up, looking to get a big Silence Pool.
There's the silence, maybe a toss.
Oh yeah, he'll throw
silence.
in there.
Indeed, there it is. Tyrael not going to be able to get away. Gets stunned into the pool, I think.
Good cue.
He'll be able to get away there. No chain coming out from Kel'Thuzad there, unfortunately. Would have been nice to see that onto the Greymane. However, no big deal. They're still leading this quite decisively here, sitting at 4 required more. toss out onto the Greymane, I think, as Luciona getting a little bit low as well.
There's a good
combo.
double root into a silence.
Into the silence.
Oh, the jet propulsion by Ghost Dunk was on point. That should pick up one. No. Wow.
You see the W go out from Lunara, gonna secure the technical damage onto Sonya, but now Sonya's stuck
bad.
up here. Yeah, Rising Guard gonna fall. Sonya's most likely going to fall.
Oh,
here.
she's
Look
gone.
for the stun, not gonna happen.
She's gone. Just autos in Lunara.
They did bait the jump too, which is even worse.
Melkor.
This wall falls 100%.
100%. Melkor did a fantastic job keeping everybody alive. He threw out a couple of critical shields with the Tyrael, but they wound up getting split there. The zone potential right now is just too much. Reborn Knights really has to wind up working the wave, and they cannot push into a shrine in this game unless they have wave advantage and the push is on their side. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a fort with a double soaking blaze to get them to 10.
Potentially a pickup here as well. No,
He's going to be low, should get out of there. Stoctagon on the Lucio. Again, we criticized the pick. Again, Lucio low in the meta. He doesn't have the burst healing that's going to be required to save anybody. Credit to Stoctagon, though. He has done an exceptional job of making sure that everybody at least gets saved. Glacial Spike. The root. Is that enough? Wow. Arcane Ninja
It's
tap.
close. It's close. Very close there, Arcane Ninja.
Zombie
Really
Chris
close.
going aggressive for that kill. Hey, why not, man? It's 9 and a 7. Go make a play.
Yeah, trying to make a play. And just Zombie Chris's Garrosh has been so spooky. Honestly, it's I think 95% of the terrifyingness, we'll say, of Garrosh is their positioning. It's if you put him in the way, you don't walk up to him.
So he's able to take these aggressive positions because the two critical picks on Reborn Knights, they went with Lucio and they went with Tyrael. There is no CC in their 4-man. They have nothing to even cause Zombie Chris to just stop. A boop is a wasted cooldown. The corruption, while it's painful, is not going to deter him from taking an aggressive position. And there's nothing that Tyrael has in his kit or in his early game talent tree that's going to force Garrosh away. It's a good pick in that if you want a tank that is going to survive, Tyrael's the man. And he's done a good job saving heroes. But he's not going to put any pressure on the front line of Modo Miracle.
All right, level 10 now picked up for the side of Modo Miracle. We're going to be looking at Bunker, Shadow Fissure, Leaping Strike, Flailing Swipe, and Warlord's Challenge. Really big corruption. You see the friendly toss there onto the Kel'Thuzad just to maybe prevent some of the damage, but it looks like they all hit. The damage was done. 25 of those stacks now being picked up for Kel'Thuzad. Almost done that Blight quest. Master of the Cold Dark.
Did he
Is it
take
Blight?
the
No,
phylactery
Blight.
at 4? No.
No.
He moved away from
Armor
it.
of the Archslit.
I like it. I think phylactery is a solo queue kind of talent. I think if you're playing this sort of comp, you know what Kel'Thuzad could do. You've got Blaze and Garrosh in front of him. You shouldn't be going down. The only fear would be Judgment, and how do you know that that's coming at level 4?
Exactly. You don't want to hold those talents too far.
Good push here. So with the next Punisher set to push down the mid wave, Modo Miracle looking to try to prep this lane. Zombie Chris going in. He's got the throw and the jet propulsion onto Tyrael. The silence pulled to zone everybody else off. There's a late kill onto Greymane. Good split damage. Eric on the Lunara. This dude's been dancing in 2 games. Dancing.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Hanzo or the Luna. Bro's got moves.
Really good setup. Really good setup there from the juggler
Keep an eye
on the KGC.
Keep an eye up top here. Jet propulsion
He's
comes
dead.
out. Gone. Great play by Ghost Dunk.
Absolutely.
Doesn't even need the taunt. Great jet propulsion coming out from Ghost Dunk. 12 and a 10. As 10's picked up, Greymane will grab Curse Bullet. It's another leak game from Sonya. And
Judgment.
let's go. Let's go. You got to one-shot somebody.
Judgment, Horrify, Curse Bullet.
They're gonna-
Leap. You just Curse Bullet. Curse Bullet. Okay, so this is. You see the Curse Bullet go out onto the Garrosh. That does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a wasted cooldown right now. There's no follow-up.
Heads up, Arcane
It's-
Ninja at the back. Here comes the one-shot attempt on Kel'Thuzad, and the Flailing Swipe winds up getting the disengage.
You also get
Ooh.
the Bro Shield out of Lucio there.
Wow. Sir, Sean, Sheep, swiping, Stukov. is sweet. And I got nothing else because that wasn't even that good of a rhyme. The root comes out on a Tyrael. The Dread Propulsion on the follow-up. Tyrael is gone.
Looking for a little bit of extra bonus damage.
Modo
decides to just clear the wave, get that trait value there.
Modo Miracle showing us how a one-shot works. Greymane is going down. That's another great root followed up by another Jet Propulsion from Ghost Dunk. Yikes.
It's the synergy of the team. The follow-up, the CC is absolutely running train here.
And does he get the Gul'dan? Does he have the chain? No, I think he picked up Arcane Ninja on that one. I think he went for the tower chain and might have picked up Sonya. Throwing Ghost Dunk in there. Zombie Chris is just getting cocky. Horrify comes up, but the Lucio stuck inside the silence pool. Does he have enough ticks to get out? He doesn't. Eric jumping around all over the place. The aggressive leap from Sonya. Everybody hopping into the bunker. They're going to be able to sit there. 3-man taunt coming out from the Garrosh as well. Bunker still sitting there. The Q from Garrosh secures the kill on Sonya. This was a 2-1 game in terms of kills. And with that gigantic Kel'Thuzad pull, it's 9-1. 2-1 in kills at level 10 to 8. Zombie Chris
Phenomenal
and Juggler.
Phenomenal bunker by Ghost Dunk to save Eric there. Just keeps him alive, which keeps the damage coming.
A little bit of top push, a little bit of bottom push. And then there's this team in blue just painting the map whatever they feel like. Oh, well played. We talked about it in the early part of the game. Or excuse me, in the early part of the cast. Who has done their homework? Who has the comps? Who has the metas? And Modo Miracle just looks ahead of Reborn Knights in their understanding of the game. The picks that have come out, the way that they've played the map has just been better. Those awesome level 13 plays that we saw last time coming up from Reborn Knights, they're going to have to probably win the next 5 team fights to have a chance at this game right now, the way that the map is blue.
Yeah, it's not looking too good right now for Reborn Knights Red. Map being painted blue. A lot of pressure going to be coming on in the mid and bottom lane. I expect to be seeing Modo Miracle make their way in here and just doing whatever they please to this bottom 4.
So first, Punisher top lane, second, mid. This one is going to be bot. They have a free fort here. I don't think even with 16 into 13 they need to push the keep wall. There's nothing stopping them from doing it, however. Right now, Reborn Knights, they're going to look to wind up defend mid. They've got to get this catapult out of the way before they can rotate. Meanwhile, here comes the gang. Jet Propulsion already used.
Big combo, but yeah, the Jet Propulsion being used there as well. Just looking for a little bit of poke siege damage here, I think.
Settle for the wall.
Lucky.
Settle for the wall. Curse Bullet coming out. It'll do damage. Meanwhile, Juggler says no.
Done. Goodbye.
The second that Curse Bullet came out, he chained the Greymane and made him pay for that bit of damage. Zombie Chris is going to go in here. Watch out for a quick taunt. Maybe they wind up picking another kill or two and look to end. Wall gone.
This objective is actually in the top lane.
So we didn't get a bottom punny. Okay. Another great Jet Propulsion. Oh, the combo coming out, and that's a dead Tyrael.
What happened there? Tyrael just bouncing around like a volleyball there in the middle of the air. Looks like he got thrown up by Garrosh and then pulled.
Arcane Ninja needs to just die here if he's going to even have any opportunity to come back and defend. He's just delaying this. That's a 31-second Sonya kill. Modo Miracle just brutal.
100%.
This is gross. This is actually quite gross. Is he going to get the Lucio? Yep. Oh, that's gross. That doesn't make me feel good.
I'm just kind of sitting here just in awe of just the...
What, look at this. Look at that. Oh, a little high APM. Give us the damage. There it is. Tyrael going down. Eric's going to pick up one kill.
I was waiting for the second leap. But
didn't need it.
Greymane's going to go down here.
This looks
Tyrael looking to
like...
heal up, but this looks like game.
This is a strong 2-0 coming out from Modo Miracle. Again, everything that we talked about in draft kind of came to light. A little bit of a stronger understanding of the meta. The pocket Kel'Thuzad pick. We see the Judgment looking to get the one shot on the Sir Sean Sheep. It's not going to make a difference in terms of the game. This one is far over.
Does he fall? Oh, just in time there. We see the leap onto the core. Lunara going to do a little dance on top. Clearing out this game.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump in lobby one. We'll go ahead and get ourselves an interview. Wow, 15-2 kills there at the end of that game. But just again, summarily executed. Reborn Knights falling to Modo Miracle. Juggler had it. I got to give credit to Juggler there. It's just wonderful play on the second half of that game. Wow. I just don't have anything for that game other than shock. I thought the Kel'Thuzad was going to come out. I didn't think he was going to have it in that sort of state.
You know, when the opposing team oversteps, and we saw it there on the bottom keep there, where Greymane went for that cursed bullet, then picked up the extra person there. It's a little bit of extra, it's just that's where you really get them, right? And then you get the pick, you get the snowball, they got the keep, you get the core.
And the ghost with the most.
Hey,
has joined us here.
How's it going, guys?
It's going.
It's gone.
Well, I mean, hey, it's start to the season. We're really glad to start this one off with a bang.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No, I mean let's walk through it here. Let's wind it back to the first game here. Out on BOE. The early Arthas pick, I believe a comfort for you is, you had a lot of options up there. Talk us through what you guys are going through in draft as you sort of see the other team unfold. Again, we thought that it looked like a little bit of an older meta. Did you feel kind of dialed into what they were doing, or is really the concern for you guys at this part of the year to just get what you want?
It wasn't really so much about comfort. I mean, Malfurion Tracer isn't a bit of an older meta, but it's still really good right now. I mean, you're still seeing it in HGC. Our thought through this draft was we just wanted Hanzo for race right up front, and then we got a chance to do Malfurion Tracer, and we said, hey, we've tried it before, let's run it now. And then they got Greymane Sonya, and they've got a Sonya, Muradin, Lucio. They're gonna dive us, so we say, hey, Arthas is a good pick.
Right on. They give you a little bit of trouble there. Post 13 closed the gap a little bit. They had a couple of team fights in which they were able to really, get all their heroics off. Any bit of pressure there? It seemed like they really had an opportunity before that last fight getting caught underneath your Immortal. Well, what's going on in comms in that later in that first game?
Do you mean when we're getting blown up?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you meant that or the good fight that we had.
No.
The bad fight or the good fight? The bad fights, comms was basically we had Sonya Leap, we got blown up, and we were ahead at that point, and so we just back up and we say, we were really chill about it. And when we invaded Bruisers, that was completely my fault. I waited way too long to pop army, and they just burst me down. So I kind of fed there.
It's all right. We'll forgive.
Unacceptable.
We'll forgive.
But yeah, that just comms is okay, what's our next step? And we're feeling pretty confident about everything. So we just the Immortal spawned in a good place for us, and
no, right on.
Yeah.
I thought there was a chance there for Reborn. I think they had two team fights back to back where they started to close the kill gap. And then what we were talking about on stream is that last fight that they took. They wound up taking a couple of Immortal stuns. They get the kill on Tracer with, a cursed bullet that sort of weaves in between two tanks. They are pressuring the Malf really hard. Sean is caught between, Sonya and Muradin. But again, the Immortal stuns just kind of wound up swinging that one in your favor big time.
Yeah, and I think we had so much CC on our team. I'm pretty sure at least one of those Immortal stuns was because I rooted them there.
Yes. Yeah, I think the Muradin kill was an Arthas route into an Immortal stun for sure. Second game. Is it Kel'Thuzad no matter what?
I mean, we got Jugs on the team. It's not really a secret that he's our Kel'Thuzad player. But it was definitely a thought going in. We were prepared to abandon it for sure. But they didn't really have anything that could punish it, so it was free mage damage.
Well played second game. Like I said, we loved the first 3 picks. It just seems like you guys got everything you wanted, and it was a very flexible. Like I said, the Lunara was a tip because that's not something common, and well played by Jugs, MVP for that game for sure. So, Modo Miracle has moved up a division. You guys playoffs. I believe you finished 3rd last season in C.
We in placements we finished second, but we lost, we lost to a lower team in the quarterfinals.
So you guys are moving up a div. You get to see some teams certainly that are new. You've got teams that are new to NGS. Ghost Dunk, you being a caster, I think you have pretty good knowledge about what's going on there. I mean, how do you guys feel about your prep going into the season? Where do you what would be a successful season for Modo Miracle in B-West?
Well, I actually don't know. I do feel like it's an even playing field right now. Like, I feel like we may have won that second game in draft. So winning by so much, I don't think is really an indicator of skill. But like, I mean, when we got placed in B, it's the very middle division. We all kind of looked at that and said, yeah, that's about right for us. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna try as hard as we can. We have no idea how well we're gonna do, but it's always nice to start off with a win.
Absolutely, man. Hey, it puts you in first place after Monday night.
Let's see if we can stay there.
Oh man, Stixie, you got anything for my friend here?
No, unfortunately. I'm not really good with these questions.
Ghost Dunk, the floor is yours. Shout outs.
All right, well, yeah, shout out to you two. Thank you so much for casting our game. Nice to have a big cast right away with a co-cast chaser there. Shout out to everyone I know that's watching. I'm not sure who's peeping this. Oh, shout out to Murad. Murad could not make it online. His internet went down in like a service area outage. So we had to bring in a sub, and so I hope we made my boy Murad proud. Shout out to Kriv. Hope we made my boy proud from last season.
Oh yes.
Shout out to Modo, our sister team. You guys support us, and we really thank you guys. Shout out to my dad, who's definitely watching, and shout out to everyone watching NGS, because NGS is awesome and it's just a lot of fun.
Ghost Dunk, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll be catching more of your games this season.
Sounds fantastic.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, good night.
Stixa, you got anything? You got anything closing?
No. For those of you who do not know who I am,
Let's get the right
my
slide
name
up.
is Stixa. What's that?
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Trying to get the right slide up there, buddy.
Tisk Bobo.
Rookie caster, man.
All right.
Rookie caster.
Rookie
I mean,
caster. Look at
I
this guy.
flame me.
All right, guys. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Stixa. You guys can find me on the NGS Discord, Stixa. It's nice and easy. Or here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Stixa, or on Twitter @StixaYT. Very easy to find me. Very easy to go get a hold of me. I'm very glad to join Bobo here for his first cast.
Well, thank you for helping me out here, friend.
I didn't do anything.
Wow.
I was just here.
I'm not gonna. Come on, dude. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll say that like when we get off the cast, just jokingly, but I'm not gonna say that in front of everybody else. I want to thank my fans out there. Listen, throw your boy a follow. I am going to be broadcasting probably too much NGS. Right now, just up on the Twitch screen, you can see my upcoming schedule. I've got a doubleheader on Wednesday, and Saturday a big triple header. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm going to be looking for some PEDs to help me get through. I hope you guys will join me. NexusGamingSeries.com. If you don't know, you do now. Get on it. Thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a good night.